I'm going live. I'm live. Yes. I'm going live on, let's see, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, um, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube. And what is that one? Twitch. I'm going live on Twitch. All right. Hello, everyone. We're going to do a CE5 today on my live. If you don't know me, my name is Lise with 5D Life Now. TikTok's kind of my main jam, but I'm branching out because, that's 3D life for you. I talk to aliens, I communicate with them. I've been communicating throughout my whole life, but more so in 2019. I was visited by Galactic Federation beings and given a whole long list of all the things I needed to do. I have written 2 books so far: Learn How to Make Contact with Benevolent Aliens and also 5D Consciousness Activations. I started a CE5 group in 2020 and we made deep space contact that same year too, which was amazing. So today we're going to go and do a CE5. And if you don't know what CE5 is, it stands for Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, which is human initiated extraterrestrial contact. This particular app was developed by Dr. Stephen Greer, and it has 2 main protocols I'm gonna use on it today. It's, crop circle tones and then the oneness coherence meditation. Just to give you a bit of background, there's CE1, CE2, CE3, CE4. CE1 is sighting of an ET craft. CE2 is physical evidence of an ET craft. Sighting, or CE3, sighting of an ET life form. CE4, experience on board an ET craft. And then, of course, CE5 again, human initiated contact with ETs. This is a really cool app. If you haven't seen it before, um, I think it's about like 14 or 20 bucks or something. It's really cool. It has your CE5 guide, equipment list, library, recommendations of reading topics, and there's also a network on here too, where you can connect with other people in your local area to create a group with them or just to say, hey, are you connecting with aliens? That's how I started my CE5 group. I just messaged every single person that was in my local area. I think there was only 7 at the time, and now there's like, I don't know, there's so many. Maybe not even logged in. Okay, so let's go to the, oh no, contact. Let's make contact. Begin CE5 process. So there's 5 steps now, and we're gonna play the crop circle tone. So just come with me into a meditation and yeah, just open your heart, feel the love. Okay, that was step one, playing the crop circle tones of the CE5. Next step, um, so this is the meditation for coherent thought sequencing, um, said by Dr. Stephen Greer himself. Sit quietly with your back straight and relax. Close your eyes and take several deep cleansing breaths. Clear your mind of any thoughts that may come into play. As they come, gently push them on their way, like leaves in a stream. Next, start the recording of a guided meditation above. Play it in its entirety before continuing. S- Here we go.
Meditation in preparation for coherent thought sequencing. Sit quietly in a comfortable position and take a few cleansing deep breaths in and out. As you exhale, release all your anxieties and tensions and your concerns. And as you breathe in deeply, breathe in peace and silence and calmness. Do this several times. Allow yourself to feel deeply relaxed, deeply silent. Relax the muscles of your feet, your calves, your thighs, your back and abdomen, your shoulders and arms, your neck and your head. Become aware of the body relaxing. Be very comfortable and quiet. Now sitting quietly in a comfortable and relaxed state, allow yourself to become gently aware of awareness. Allow yourself to become deeply centered, deeply aware of just pure, silent awakeness. That silent awareness whereby you are awake, conscious. As you become aware of awareness, allow yourself to perceive the sounds around you. As you perceive those sounds, become aware of that awakeness whereby those sounds are perceived. See that awareness, that pure, silent consciousness is unbounded, silent. It is not the perceptions of the sound, but it is that whereby you can perceive. It is gentle, silent, unbounded awakeness. It is deep and it is peaceful. Now become aware of your thoughts. You may send a thought to a loved one, expressing love to them. Or you may simply watch the thoughts which spontaneously arise in your mind. As you perceive these thoughts, do not push them out of your mind, but allow yourself to become gently aware of that deep, silent awareness, that wakefulness, that pure consciousness, whereby you may perceive your thoughts. This awakeness is transcendent to the thought, and it is that whereby you may perceive your thoughts. It is deep, unbounded, pure consciousness. Become aware of this awareness. Become deeply immersed in its endless silence and in its unbounded state. Now become aware of yourself, your individuality, your ego. See that it is a unique individuality, and like a snowflake, there is none other like it in the universe. Now become aware of that silent awakeness whereby you can perceive your own self. This pure, silent awakeness, this consciousness, this pure spirit, it is that universal consciousness whereby you can perceive your own self. And it illuminates every other individual in the universe. It is that awakeness whereby you are awake at this moment. See this awakeness in its unbounded state, beyond space, time, and yet at every point in space and time. It is omnipresent. It is eternal. See this pure consciousness shining through every individual. in your group. See it expanding throughout the area where you are located, sweeping over the land, through the earth and into the sky, encircling the globe. All of this is awake. Planet Earth itself is conscious and awake, even as you are awake. This awakeness, this pure consciousness, is unbounded. It is infinite. Now see this pure consciousness expanding into deep space, embracing our solar system, filling interstellar space, this awakeness, encompassing the entire Milky Way galaxy, this beautiful spiral arms, shining in a sea of pure awakeness, pure consciousness, and then expanding into intergalactic space, embracing the billions of galaxies, and then infinitely at every point in time and space, embracing the entire universe, which is awake, conscious, silent, even as you are awake and conscious, silent. Now take a moment, a few moments, to sit silently reflecting in this unbounded cosmic mind. Should a thought, a sensation, or perception arise, acknowledge it and let it go, and then return to this silent, unbounded, pure consciousness. Sit silently for a moment in that unbounded state. Now, while established in that pure state of unbounded mind, being deeply aware of consciousness, pure mind, infinite silence, awaken to deep space. If you see an extraterrestrial civilization or spacecraft or an individual, acknowledge them, convey your sense of oneness in this universal mind with them, and invite them to come to the place where you are located and to interact with your team if it is safe and appropriate for them to do so. Show these life forms, convey to them clearly through coherent thought sequencing, which begins at this point, your exact location. Show them by remote viewing deep space, the beautiful Milky Way galaxy. And on one of the outer spiral arms is a star, the sun. Drawing closer to that star, there is the solar system with the planets, Mercury, Venus, the Earth with her moon, Mars, Jupiter, and the outer planets, all swimming in a sea of pure, unbounded consciousness. Show them the Earth, a beautiful blue orb shining in space. And as you draw near, show them the continent where you are located. If it is night on that continent, show them the continent and the cities illuminated by lights. And then as you draw nearer to the Earth, show them the area of the continent where you are located. And drawing closer still, the exact specific site where your research team is working. Convey to them very specifically this information and the number of the team members, the lights which will be used on site, the tones, and the other specifics of the research team. Continuously return to deep space, the Milky Way, the solar system, the third planet from the sun, the Earth, the continent where you are located, the region, and the specific site. Repeat this process in a comfortable and easy fashion. And if at any point you feel strained or distracted, return to silence and access that pure, silent awakeness. And then see that that awakeness is in deep space and is omnipresent. Only at that point, then, return to the coherent thought sequencing. At all times, should you perceive through this non-linear mind an extraterrestrial spacecraft or extraterrestrial people, respectfully convey to them your sense of oneness with them and your intent to communicate and interact with them in a peaceful manner and in a way which will benefit life on Earth and life throughout the cosmos. And then specifically convey to them your location. In the silence of deep mind, you may perceive any point in the universe because this consciousness is this of pure awakeness, whereby you are awake, is beyond space and time, is nonlinear, and every point in space and time can be accessed through this awakeness. Know this, and then access deep space. This deep, silent, pure mind is the basis for communication with extraterrestrial life forms. See that it is the foundation for interplanetary unity, and know that we are truly one people inhabiting one universe. Meditation in preparation for coherent thought sequencing. Sit quietly in a comfortable position.
All right. That was the Dr. Stephen Greer um, coherent thought sequencing for the CE5. Next step is peaceful or project peaceful intentions. Once you and or your group have meditated and reached a calm, relaxed state, it is important to project your peaceful intentions to any near ET civilizations. Let me know what you would like. Let them know what you would like them to manifest in some way if it is safe for them to do also. Excuse me. Let them know what you feel you are ready to experience in terms of their mode of manifestation. So let's set a peaceful intention right now. We want full open contact with all extraterrestrial civilizations. We want peaceful contact. We want to clean the earth up of all the garbage, all of the kleptocracy criminals, all of the crimes against humanity perpetrators, all of the human trafficking. No more. Then. Thank you. We want all of the cloaked ships decloaked. They have to show themselves right now. We want to create peace treaties, trade treaties. We want to rewrite all of them that are already currently created and have been going on for like 80 plus years. Now is the time for humanity to have a say in what's actually going on with us and our planet, and there can be no more exploitation of humanity. We call upon the highest councils, the angelic councils, the Galactic Federation, all beings everywhere. This is our time now. So we call for peace, we call for human sovereignty now. Thank you. If you have any other intentions, post them in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are on this. Okay, step 4 of 5, share and watch. If you are working in a group, encourage the members to share their impressions of their experiences with one another. Oftentimes, people will receive a specific message, such as a time when an event may occur or a location in the sky where something may appear. Remain calm, watch the sky, and be aware of what may be transpiring around you. If you feel it is appropriate, you can film, photograph, take notes, or just enjoy the experience. If you plan to be out for more than 2 hours, it might be a good idea to take a short break, during which time additional tones from this app can be played. You should then regroup and play a second guided meditation. You can play slash replay any of the tones or meditations included in the app. Okay, step 5 of 5, continued awareness. Contact work doesn't necessarily end when you leave the field. You may find that there is an increase in dreams and or anomalous events, synchronicities. Once you begin, I have goosebumps, I got chills. Once you begin participating in the work of inviting contact with benevolent aliens, the process of sky watching and energy observation and reaching out for contact will make you more aware of the sky above. By being aware, you may just see more in the way of unifying or unidentified flying objects, spacecrafts, let's call them what they are. Learn to be a good observer. The most effective tool that we possess to enhance the chances of contact is to continue with regular meditation practice. Our common ground with ET intelligence is the consciousness that we share. It is our link. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this CE5. So we're going to do a Q&A now. Um, Thank you for seconding that. I cycle around my own island. Or yeah, that's awesome. Uh, thank you. Great comments, you guys. Thank you for the hearts and the love. I'm going to be doing these on a regular basis, and I've been doing these since 2020. The first time, I kid you not, the first time I did a CE5 event, I was with my husband. We were just like chilling out, and I was like, I downloaded the app. I was like, let's just try a CE5. Let's just try it. 2 minutes in to just the crop circle tones, we heard these like incredibly loud whooshing sounds outside, like shoo, shoo, shoo. We literally ran outside and there was like a, a shining light like way up high in the sky and it just kept getting further and further away. Later we heard on the news here that there was a random army exercise. Like that was the explanation that they gave the whole city for, like, those crazy, insane, wild, huge, like, booming sounds. No, like, oh my god. It was so wild, and, like, there's no coincidence in that we were literally just doing a CE5, and then there's, like, crazy loud booming sounds outside. It was so cool, and, we were just, like, shaking almost, hair standing up on our arms, like, it was so wild and so cool. And then, yeah, I like connected with people on this app through the network setting to see who was in my local area. And there was about 7 or 8 people when I first connected. And now I have like 290 or so in my Facebook group. It's called CE5 Raise the Vibration of Humanity, which I think I'm going to switch it to CE5 Raise the Vibe and with 5D Life Now and just do these on a regular basis. Um, Also, gonna be doing a masterclass on both my books. Learn how to make contact with benevolent aliens and also 5D consciousness activations. I'm also doing free book giveaways to each month as well. And just, yeah, gonna put the floodgates of information out. Everything's out though, really. Between like the FBI vault and like Dr. Stephen Greer, Emery Smith, David Wilcock, Elizabeth April, like you name it. There's so much information. Dr. Stephen Greer has over 700 whistleblowers. Over 700 whistleblowers. Like if that was any other industry, they would be shut down. Like stuff would have happened. But we are up against really nasty entities, like non-human beings. Thank you, Ash. Um, there's a massive Stargate inside Earth that they want. They want that, and they also wanna keep exploiting humanity and eventually, like, just kill off the human race because we are ultimately prophesized to be, like, the caretakers or the guardian of this galaxy and the major Stargate that our Earth is in. So this is a huge strategic planet and a strategic point, and we need to activate ourselves. We have to step up. We gotta do the work. We gotta make contact with benevolent aliens. We gotta, like, you know, push through this. It's now is the time. We're doing it. So let's look at some of the comments. Once I talk about these with people around me, they think I have lost my mind and I'm or using something. I feel that. And you have to stand your ground and call them out. Be like, you don't believe in aliens then? And they will take a step back and be like, well, and be like, there's a billion stars. There's a billion stars in our universe. Obviously, there is life. Obviously, and there's so much evidence and proof, and anyone denying that is complicit in crimes against humanity. Like, let's put an end to naysayers on this because there is insane amounts of evidence. Like, it's crystal clear what's going on. And the Pentagon and NASA, and, like, even Google denying the existence of aliens or being like, "Well, we're not really sure." They are hiding very important information, advanced technology, treaties, and trade deals, and so much corruption, and they are taking so much money, like trillions of dollars, while people are dying and suffering and homeless and in poverty. No more. No more. And anyone denying that, they're complicit. Simple as that. So, no more being complicit in this. We have to speak loud and clear. We all have to start being like, "Hey, let's talk with aliens. Let's talk about corruption. Let's expose the truth. Let's take action." Boom. So, the biggest action you can take also is say it very loudly, very clearly. I claim my human sovereignty now. I am free. Super simple. We are literally in a war, like etherically, energetically, psychologically, emotionally, like physically, you name it, on all the different dimensional levels. And we are incredibly high powered light beings. Like are double, if not more powerful than any negative low vibrational entity or being. And they are terrified that we will figure that out. Too late. We figured it out. And we're going through this massive evolutionary leap, and there's like a crazy wild war going on. And they like the negative side is just like clawing, trying to do anything they can to bring us down, and we cannot let them. We cannot allow that. Let's raise the vibration, connect with other light beings. We are divine light beings, and there's way more divine light beings than there are negative ones. And we just have to flick the negative ones away at this point. So let's read some more comments here. Phone's up here. Um, yes, it's time to stand in your truth. True power. About 2 weeks ago, I watched a star sit still and then it shot sideways. It made me smile. That's a clear sign for you. Yes, their existence is a missing piece of our history. Absolutely. It's been hidden for so long. I live near NASA. Anything I can do. There was a court case that was really interesting with a guy who was calling out NASA. And they went to all of the representatives locally and were like, there's billions of dollars going to NASA every year. And they are faking all of their footage. They're filming in pools. They have like harnesses and green screens. Like, just keep going on that. Go to those local representatives and keep pushing for that. Um, make your own protest. Do like hit the ground. Really, so many are too asleep, and call them out. Be like, if you deny this, you're complicit. It's time to call people out and know that there's so many different types of aliens. There's over 300,000 different types of conscious sentient beings that we share our universe with. It's all out. Once we say that, they remove all the supports and they say you are on your own. Not sure exactly what you mean, but we are all sovereign beings. We need to take our sovereignty back. How can I contact with aliens? How I'll know what race they are? There's three main types of aliens and beings, any type of being, even humans. And this is what is covered in Law of One. Um, there's benevolent, malevolent, and neutral, or agreeable, disagreeable, neutral. Um, three kinds. The benevolent ones are service to others. They are typically light beings and they just want, what's best for all. We're all divinely connected. And that's what humans innately are by nature. We are light beings by nature. We are divine, benevolent beings by nature. Typically, when we get abused and have like excessive karma and poisoning, um, mental pr- programming, like negative mental programming, it can like turn us into like shadow beings or put us into like a very, very low vibrational state. There's also MK Ultra and like lots of horrible things. Um, but other beings that are like shadow beings or their service to self. And that's what a lot of, yeah, like they're parasitic entities. They have to feed off of light beings in some way, whether that's energetically or physically. And they just, want to divide, conquer, take control. And that's what's like infecting our planet right now. And then there's neutral ones that are just doing their thing and they're like, their service to the divine or service to the all. Um, and yeah, so we want to connect with the benevolent service to other light beings. That's what I was very, very specific on in my book was like just the light beings, the benevolent ones. Um, and I co-wrote this one with my star family. Actually, I co-wrote both books with my star family, and everyone has their own star family, and they're made up of different beings typically. And then we also have spirit guides. We also have our angels too, guardian angels. So, following Dr. Stephen Greer's CE5 protocols is a surefire way. Also, there's groups like ET Let's Talk that also have like benevolent um, alien contact protocols too. And that's with like, opening up your heart and having a high vibration. It's actually quite simple to connect with benevolent, loving, like good ETs. And you just have to show love and have a high vibration. And yeah, if you are intoxicated or in a very low depressive state, low vibe, it's not good to even make contact. You have to do inner work on yourself to get to a point where you have your heart full, your cup overflowing with love, and you have your consciousness raised high enough, so you're not like completely stuck in like 40. A really good way of raising your vibration, reprogramming your mind for abundance, love, success, peace are two things. Dr. Joe Dispenza's brain and heart coherence meditations, and also Louise Hay power thoughts, and you can heal your life. So, uh, can you flip the screen? Actually, for it, I can't. Sorry. There's no simple solution. I think it's simple. Let's raise the vibe. The truth is trickling out, but it will be suppressed for as long as they can. That's why we have to do the disclosure. Like, no more waiting for aliens or waiting for government. It's the people's disclosure movement now. We have to do it. Um, Once you say that, they remove all. No, okay, I read that one already. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I saw two red lights that blinked two times, then BX1, AX1B. Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. So I'm also trying to stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, and Instagram. Um, and then here on TikTok as well. I can't even see if there are comments on the other ones. But, anyways, if you have any comments or questions about aliens or dimensions, please put them in the comment section below. If you are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, or Instagram, please drop a comment in there so I know this is working. I'm trying to use restream.io and then TikTok separately on a different phone here. Hi, Henok. um, Thank you guys so much for everyone who's joined. We just did a CE5 by Dr. Stephen Greer. And then I'm also discussing about my books and dimensions. This is my new map that I just got printed out. It's the 15 dimensional time matrix by Christos Avatar. Um, yeah, it's so epic. I've been nerding out so hard on it, and yeah, I'm gonna do some like a few part series on it because there's so much information to go over. It's awesome. Hi. Cool. One second. I'm using both phones. Actually, you can use this one here. I'm done. Sorry, just one second. Okay, close the door, please. Thank you. All right. That is such a cool map. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's so awesome. I paid, I think, like $22 for it or so at christosavatar.com. So well worth it. And then I printed it through Canva. And then I have my other smaller map here. Definitely not as much information on it, but it's nice to use for like explaining it to people. I also really want to do like live TikToks on and like live streaming just in public areas and ask random people about aliens. Like, hey, what do you think about aliens? Um, what do you think about lots of topics, dimensions, um, human light bodies, ways of making contact, mm, the food chain, the real food chain of what's going on here. Let's see. Okay, let's go to um, this picture of our light bodies. I love this one so much. There's a physical body, etheric body, astral, mental, causal, buddhi, atma body. And then there's also the Merkaba. It's pretty cool. Most people don't research it and have no idea that there are aliens, hybrids live on Earth. There's so many other beings we share this planet with. And it takes us like on the ground, literally talking to people, talk to strangers, be like, hey, did you see like there's over 700 whistleblowers talking about ETs? Hey, did you hear that the US owns over 100 spacecrafts? Hey, did you know that mass contact day is happening right now? There's over a billion people that are making contact worldwide. There's hundreds of thousands of CE5 groups all over the world that have been making contact for a few decades. The first disclosure on aliens was done in 1990. Like 30 years, 30 years, over 30 years of disclosure happening. And there's been mass contact even prior to that, like in the UK, in many parts of the States, in Thailand. Oh my gosh, it's already all happened. Technically, we are all aliens. Yes, exactly. It's just like someone in the UK being like, "Oh, I love your Canadian accent," or me being like, "Oh, but you're the one that has the accent." No, wait. We both have accents. We're both the same. We're all aliens. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Stephen Greer is starting to really give us more details. And he's also doing such a cool project on the advanced technologies and free energy release. Um, he has like a huge facility where they're going to be live streaming, or maybe they've already started live streaming all of the tech that they're building and to release free energy out to the world. It's all open source as well. So there's no patents, no hoarding of technology, no secrets or anything. It's all out on the table. Um, one page 76 of your book, you talk about Merkaba activation. I wanted to ask what that feels like. You know, I've done some Merkaba activation meditations, but I don't know if I've even gotten there fully yet myself. I know Elizabeth April has. She's like, but yeah, she's super far advanced. So that's something I'm very much working on. I do have a friend that he like learned how to do the Merkaba activation meditations, and I've asked him like multiple times, "Hey, let's do a video on it. Let's do a video on it." And this guy's like in his 60s or 70s. He's super cool, super nice, but he's like, "Oh, I need to practice." Oh, so I think I should just message him again and be like, "Let's film." May 1st and do this. But I know I'm pretty sure people like Brian Scott on YouTube already have Merkaba activation meditations. There's lots of videos already out on it. If that's something you wanna do, and actually I should be doing that too. Um, yeah, yeah, I'll do a live one actually at some point, but start doing them. If you feel the call to do that, start doing it. Can't wait to go and visit our star family. Just start now. Just do more CE5s. The more you do it, it's like a muscle memory. Um, on the physical level, when activated, you know, like the Merkaba is like 5D, fully activated. It's like all the layers and levels. Um, let's have a look at this book. Oh, here comes Sadie, my cat. So, anyways, here I'll read it out. What is your light body? Simply put, it is the radiance of your soul. It is a human energy field, a gridwork of sacred geometry, electromagnetic frequency that radiates light energy and links your multidimensional self with the infinite. As you activate and integrate your light body, you recognize your molecular structure to connect with yourself, to encode to your encoded data through electromagnetic currents that assist you in translating and manifesting your soul purpose. I love it, but honestly, sometimes this stuff is so confusing and it takes a long time. I don't know, maybe everyone's different, but it takes a long time to like integrate all this stuff. Plus you have your like everyday 3D human life. So it's like it's an ongoing practice. Um, what is a Merkaba activation? so, um, what I was just talking about was this full light body activation. So we have all these different layers to our physical body and our light bodies. And from my understanding, your Merkaba is like all of your light bodies activating with your physical body as well, um, together in unison. And most beings like Palladians, they use this Merkaba as like a light body vessel. That's how they travel. Some of them don't even use spacecrafts or anything. They just travel in that. Elizabeth April has a really cool video, or like quite a few different videos on this as well, where she it's so cool, so wild. Um, she was meditating at one point. I think this was in like the early 2010s or so, like well over a decade ago, and she was just in her college dorm. And all of a sudden, in her meditation, there was like a few Galactic Federation beings that came to her and were like, "Elizabeth, you need to come with us right now." And she was like, "Okay, I'm game. Let's go." And she somehow activated her light body with along with these other beings too, and they traveled. It was yeah, this is so wild. um, they traveled to an underground base where a whole bunch of reptilians were, and Elizabeth was, like, spearheading this, and she was like, "You have to leave humans alone. You can't do this anymore. You're done. We are sovereign beings. That's it." And then I think she also went to the moon and, like, talked with Galactic Federation Council and stuff, like, go check out elizabethapril.com. She has tons of videos, tons of content. She also channels the Galactic Federation every month for an update. I've been following her since 2020, and yeah, it's next level. And she has lots of like her own protocols too. A few courses, a remote viewing course. I'm still learning a lot. We're all at different places. Thank you, Rachel. But yeah, I live and breathe this stuff. I think it's so awesome, and I'm super happy that everyone's in this as well too. Elizabeth April is her name. Um, I don't think she's a doctor. So let's see here. Wow, cool. I'm not sure what I am. I recently discovered I'm a healer using Reiki, Qigong, and mantras via Yuya, Yahweh. That's so awesome. The world is in need of healers activating. Um, enjoy now the now universe. Every time speeding up, even time speeding up, I'm having to keep up, but it's just amazing. I totally agree with that. Thank you so much. Where can I get your book? My books are available on Amazon. You just search for Learn How to Make Contact with Benevolent Aliens, and then also 5D consciousness activations. Um, and then you can also find them through my Linktree link on my profile. Also at 5dlife.co, or no, 5dlifenow.co. It's my website. So, yeah. And they're on Ingram Spark too. I don't even know all the places it's on right now. I'm going to be doing a press release for my new book as well. Um, excuse me. I actually just put a free PDF download on my link tree as well of the top 10 things humanity needs to know about aliens. It's kind of it's a little bit of a jab. It's pretty intense information. I would love for you guys to go and check it out, give me feedback on it and be like, "Lisa, that's too far," or like, "Oh, that's great," or, whatever it is. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Um, okay, let's see more comments here. Elizabeth April is just a psychic, not a doctor. Yes, that's true. Yeah, she's awesome. I think she has her degree in poli science, maybe, or I can't remember, but definitely not a doctorate. But like 3D human doctorate, degrees, education systems are they are locked in to the third dimension. They negate the other dimensions, especially fourth dimension realm with all the other different types of beings. 5D, is space and beyond. Like there's also alternative universes, alternative timelines. The world is so much bigger than we've been told, taught, or shown. So even someone who is a doctor, I don't know, you question everything, right? I heard that I have a very particular smell. I recognize UK, YK something about it. I'm not sure. One second. Sorry. Can you close the door? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Okay. Um, I heard that. Oh, is that reptilians have a particular smell? Very recognizable. Do I know something about it? Um, trying to think of like the different interactions I've had with reptilians. I haven't really noticed a specific smell, and that could like be that if you have a higher sensibility of smell, it's likely that you are, I think it's called clairaliant. Let's look at it. So we all have clair abilities. And so let's see. What is clear smelling is, yeah, clairsalient, sorry, clairsalience. So if you have like all of these extra sensory perception abilities are extensions of our physical abilities. And there's clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairintellect, clairempathy, clairsentience, clairtangency, clairsalience, and clairgustance. So, like the five senses, but expanded with emotional and intellect, intelligence, gut instinct, your unction, your spidey sense, your intuition. Everyone knows about them, even people that are quote unquote sleeping or i.e., they're comfortable. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you had a higher sense of this clear salience. Um, Feel free to post in the comments if you have any of these heightened abilities. For me, I see a lot through my mind's eye with clairvoyant abilities. I can also hear different things, scenarios, music, you name it. Clear audience, clear cognizance is clear knowing, and clear intellect. I get a lot of those too. Um, I find like some of these are like ebb and flow things too. At certain times, some of those senses are more heightened than others, but I definitely have like my go-to ones with clairsentience and clairvoyance, where you can just like you have that feeling, that inner knowing of something's going to happen, or the intentions of someone, or what have you. So and then on this page as well, since we're on it, this is different ways of communication and how you can connect with trees. Trees are such amazing beings to connect with. They are kind of like mid range, second dimension consciousness beings. And they are really open and wonderful talk to. And there's actually lots of people on YouTube that speak with trees, that do tree communication and plant communication. So definitely try that out. Yeah, there's a few different ways here to do it. And like there's tons of information online too. So it's easy to Google this stuff as well. Um, Reptilians, though, Elizabeth April also put out a video of like how to recognize a reptilian, and I even put out some videos on this too. A lot of times they'll be playing with like their tongue in their mouths, like 'cause reptilians are obviously like reptiles, and their tongues are very active. They have scent glands in them. Also, like eyes shifting, pointy features. They have like really pointy ears, pointy nose, pointy chin. Um, just strange, non-human almost actions. If they're very robotic, like Mark Zuckerberg is, if they have like a lot of like weird skin spots that seem to almost change, and flux, if they have like an extra wide mouth, it looks like maybe they have more teeth in their mouth. Um, and there's things you can do, like the the smell of blood will drive them crazy. The sounds of bells, I've heard, also, um, they won't be able to hold their form. They use fourth dimensional technology to, what we call shapeshift, but it's really like masking their appearance and making them appear human. So bells, high pitched whistles, like dog whistles, yeah, like a lot of intense emotion or the smell of blood. Um, those will affect their, fourth dimensional technology. And also, yes, then you can also say Kninigan, and they can't say that. Their voice goes, like, really low into this, like, deep growly thing. It's like, "Whoa." It's freaky. But not all reptilians are supposed to be bad. Exactly, that's 100% right. There's only, like, certain groups of reptilians that are really, really negative. There are some ones that have already ascended and they're in higher states of consciousness, and they've become light beings. There's ones that are also enslaved. There's a feudal system going on this planet and throughout like the multiverse of reptilians. They have their like lower echelons, the middle levels, and then the higher levels. Um, Obviously, the higher level ones are the ones that are, like, manipulating our reality and pretending to be, like, high level, royals, politicians, celebrities, whereas the lower echelon ones are, like, enslaved, just like a lot of humanity is enslaved as well. Um, and there's, like, a massive base under Antarctica that the Farsight Institute actually communicates with, regularly. um, if you go check out farsightinstitute.com or Farsight Prime, they're a group of remote viewers that do tons and tons of really cool remote viewing sessions. It's so wild. It's so wild what they do. Like the They look into Jesus and the creation of the universe. They talk to like Galactic Federation. They've made their plea like multiple times with the GFL to say you need to step in. You have to show yourselves like help humanity. It's really cool what they've done. But yeah, when they go and visit this group of reptilians in Antarctica, the reptilians there are super nice. They're all like families and welcoming, and they're just living their lives and just trying to like, you know, get by. Um, they do have a treaty. Like a lot of the reptilians groups throughout the world, they have treaties with the current world governments that have been done in secret, which is so unfair to humanity. And that's one of the things that we have to bring forward and say no more secret treaties. We have to have open treaties on everything. And yeah, one of the treaties is they get about 2 million humans per year for food. And then there's an additional 1 million humans per year that is trafficked off planet, usually to Mars, for slavery, for lots of different things. We make good little workers, sadly enough, but we have so much more potential and especially a lot of potential for peace here. Um, okay, let's go. I've seriously wondered if I could connect with trees. I am blown away by my findings with you today. That's so awesome. I'm so glad. Yay. Trees, all plants, all animals, all beings, even these objects. So, and I'll explain it. And even all the indigenous cultures know this. And that's why they were like the most heavily targeted because they held ancient knowledge. So, first dimension consciousness. I don't know if you can see it here. Do my smaller one so you can see it a little bit better. Sorry, it's backwards, but here we are. First dimension consciousness. This is the atomic molecular state. It's just existing. Like this microphone and this stand and this sign and these headphones and these clothes I'm wearing, they are first dimension consciousness. Just just existing. And we have the ability of going into all of these different consciousness states, which is really cool and it's fun to do. Second dimension consciousness is the consciousness of animals and plants. There's obviously different layers and levels to all of these. 1 second. Sorry. Um, here, 1 second. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Hi, hello everyone. You are a natural teacher, so much knowledge. It's a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Appreciate your comments. We're resilient, yes, and we're super adaptable too. And we're going through this mass evolutionary jump and this mass mutation. Like, you guys, this is so cool and so wild. Our DNA is expanding, our neurological pathways are expanding. Sorry. I have to get back to this. Yeah. Second dimension, plants and animals. Obviously, there's different levels to that and layers, subdimensions. Third dimension consciousness is the baseline human consciousness. It's like logical thinking and problem solving, some creativity. Fourth dimension consciousness, that's where all of the ghosts, entities, angels, um, any beings that come from higher dimensions, they have to travel through the fourth dimension, usually, unless they're going through a portal system. Um, so, yeah. And then any etheric elemental beings, Sasquatches, they can go in and out of fourth dimension. And then there's fifth dimension, which is space. Space is all operating in fifth dimension, which is why We can't go to space with third dimensional technology or even fourth dimensional technology. Doesn't work in space. That's why there's like a firmament. That's why it's like, a lot of flat earthers who are in fourth dimension consciousness or like people who are in 3D consciousness, they're like, you can't go to space. It doesn't exist. And it's because it doesn't technically really exist in those lower dimensions. They can't even access it until you reach fifth dimensional consciousness. And it's innately built within us. We already have all of the tools and equipment to get there within us. And the easiest way to do it is by Dr. Joe Dispenza's brain and heart coherence meditations. They activate your pineal gland and your thymus gland, and you get into brain and heart coherence states, which is the gateway into 5D consciousness. Yeah, and then there's pretty much unlimited dimensions and subdimensions ahead, which is so awesome and fun to talk about. Um, let's keep going on here. Is remote viewing and astral travel the same thing? Any tips on how to do it? No, they are not the same thing. So, remote viewing is where you're using coherent thought. Here, one second. Um, Coherent thought and bilocation. Um, it's also called like mind travel, too. I explain it in my book here. I'll turn to the page. Whereas astral travel is when your astral body um, separates from your physical body, and then you're able to travel in your astral body wherever you want to go. You can also achieve astral travel or astral projection by lucid dreaming. That's usually how I do it. I find that's the easiest way. Lucid dreaming is when you gain consciousness in your dream state, which is when you go into a dream, you're in fourth dimension, in sub dream dimensions. And so when you gain consciousness, you can systematically raise your vibration, which takes practice, takes meditation. You can get into those higher states of and those higher realms. You can go to like mid to upper 4D into 5D into 6D into the Akashic records in eighth dimension. I've been there. It's amazing. It's so cool. You can go to the angelic realms like 90, 10, 11. We have 12 DNA strands within us, and we have the ability of like unlocking those, activating those. Um, Again, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of practice, and yeah, but it is possible. So, um, communication. So on here in my book, I have the different ways of communication. There's over 30 different ways. Um, And yeah, I talk about CE5, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, astral travel, projection, ujjayi breathing, all the different clairs, telepathy, interfacing, Merkaba, light body, channeling, automatic writing, downloading from fields, hypnotherapy, transcendental meditation, Akashic records, psychedelics, synchronicities, messages from people, animals, plants, dreams, deja vu, daydreams, OBE, NDE, soul contracts. And then there's also light language, and I don't know if I can even remember. There's another one too that's like so awesome. Um, and it's by like I can't even say it. Uh, Ashayana Dean, who I've posted a few videos on recently on my TikTok. And then this Christos avatar map is based on like, I think one of her students made it, but she has it all like listed out in her books. There's like the Voyager 1 and 2 books. There's also um, Kathara Bio Spiritual Healing Sliders Ascension series, MCEO Freedom Teachings series as well. So there's a lot. We have our work cut out for us humans. It's pretty awesome. Um, and then for tips on remote viewing, study it. There's a lot of free resources online. You can also try it yourself with Dr. Stephen Greer's CE5 protocols for bilocation. Um, he also has, I have it here. It's the remote viewing DVD. I'm such a nerd. By Dr. Stephen Greer. Um, I think, yeah, there's also a free course on the Farsight Institute for, I think it's called RSV. And then Elizabeth April also has her own. Um, you can also, practice clairvoyant exercises because really you're using your clairvoyant abilities for remote viewing. Um, if you want the technical scientific term or like the spiritual term, but really they're the same thing. Yeah. And then for astral travel, I would get a book on that. It takes a lot of prep work and a lot of dedication and a lot of practice. I've done it and it took me probably 2 to 3 weeks of like hardcore practice. You can't eat like at least 4 or 6 hours before trying it. No meat that day is like what worked for me. Um, what else? Yeah, doing like a lot of cleanses before. Um, Make sure you're drinking like really pure fresh water, eating like food that has life force in it, getting lots of sunlight, meditating like multiple times a day. Like it took me a lot. Like everyone's different. Oops. You might be able to get into astral projection much easier than I could, or everyone's going to be have their own experience. So I would just practice it and see how you go. Otherwise, for lucid dreaming, if you do some things like this is what I do. I look at my hands, I become conscious. I look at my hands, I become conscious. And I do that multiple times throughout the day. And then after a couple days in my dreams, I will look at my hands and I will become consciously aware. That's like my signal, my trigger to be like, "Oh yeah, I can go and fly. I can do whatever I want in this dream." So, thank you so much for being on my live again. I appreciate you guys. You're so welcome. He has the CE5 app. Yeah, I was earlier on this live. I was doing a CE5 uh, protocol from Dr. Stephen Greer. I'm going to be trying to do them every Wednesday, maybe a couple times more a week, whenever I can, really, because they're so awesome. And I'm live streaming on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X and Instagram as well. So, yeah, as many places I can. Hello. Do you have a recommendation of what to do if I'm stuck in a house where everyone hates me? Oh, my heart, my heart. I am sending you so much high vibrational love. And like, no matter what's going on, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of love and having a wonderful life. And the thing is, you have to honor your soul journey and you have to honor the other soul journeys of everyone else. Even if you don't see eye to eye, just be like, "Okay, I get those people are only operating in second dimension or third dimension consciousness. They don't understand me because I'm operating in such a high frequency. I'm on a totally different wavelength, a totally different level than them, and that's okay. It's okay for them not to um, think highly of me, or it's okay for them to think I'm a weirdo, I'm crazy. And I've had to say that to some friends and family, be like, put me in your like loony bin box. Like, call me crazy. I don't care. Call me that woo-woo person. I'm just the spiritual weirdo and, I'm happy. I'm high vibing. Just, appreciate me for being weird and strange and different, and that's okay. And I think people appreciate that honesty and just coming out there being like, "Yeah, I'm into fairies and tree hugging and I talk to aliens," and, you know, just just do it with like honesty, integrity, be open and loving. Show people love and you will get love eventually at some point, some way in return. And it's important to connect with other people that are like-minded. It's so important. I highly recommend checking out my Facebook group, and there's also ET Let's Talk Now. There's so many groups all around the world, like hundreds of thousands of CE5 groups. You can start your own group as well. There's also the I don't know, what is it called? Anyways, if you go to ET Let's Talk Now, there's like a few different movements on there too. Sending love back. Thank you. Amazing. I missed that. If you want, you can see the replays. There should be replays on Instagram and Facebook, probably, and YouTube of the CE5. I'm also going to be doing CE5s on a regular basis. Yeah, I have ADHD, so I'm already challenged in that focusing department. No, you're not. No, you're not. ADHD is a fucking lie. It's a lie. It's a third dimensional diagnosis for people who operate at a very high level. Thank you, Samantha. It's attention to higher dimensions. You have more gifts than they recognize in the third dimension. I have full body chills right now, by the way. Any person that is spiritually inclined, that has extrasensory perception abilities, that can see beyond the veil of the third dimensional matrix, is classified with some third dimensional low vibe diagnosis like ADHD. And that's a total, complete lie. The reason why you can't function like all the other humans is because you're not just like the other humans. They've created a matrix system to keep people in a low vibration, to keep people from questioning, to keep people, sit down, shut up, listen. That's that's kind of what we've been programmed with. And so if you go outside of that, you're automatically like, oh, that person's defiant. Oh, they're going against the grain. And that, like, let's face it, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they created the third dimensional education and medical systems. They're bad. They're negative. They are demonic. They are, they have the worst intentions, and they are continuously exploiting humanity beyond belief. So anyone who has quote unquote ADHD or some other thing like schizophrenia is probably one of the saddest things, because it's such a huge gift to be able to connect with other realms. And we have that gift innately within all of us. It's a crime. It's a crime that the medical system is completely stuck in third dimension and negates fourth dimension and all the other realms and all of our spiritual gifts. So, ADHD, you are gifted. And find your gifts and go for them. Um, don't worry about this 3D world. It's a game. We're incarnated into a game. Play the game, and once you know the rules, you can win. Um, okay, just going through more comments. I believe you have to go. Exactly, no judgment. Thank you. Everyone is on their own journey. Yes, exactly. We will be the crazy ones for a little while. Exactly. There's so much evidence. There's so much evidence. Dr. Stephen Greer has over 700 whistleblowers. Over 700 whistleblowers. He's been doing disclosure for 30 years. The first ET and technology disclosure was in 1990. Even in July of 2023, the US government at Congress disclosed that they own over 100 spacecrafts. And in 2016, there were thousands, actually millions of pages of documents released, including the Roswell crash, where there was multiple bodies retrieved, multiple spacecrafts retrieved, and they reverse engineered them and created a treaty that was super shady, and we got totally screwed over with. And then Bashar, people who Daryl Anka, who channels Bashar, has, given tons of information on that. And in my books, also, I give like a ton of resources and all the people, there's so many people speaking the truth. There's no way around it. We've always been the black sheep. I own it now. Yes. Multidimensional beings can see multidimensional beings. Exactly. What's your name on your Facebook group? It's I have to even just look. I'm gonna actually change it to CE5 Raise the Vibe, but let's see here. Um, I literally just have to go to Facebook. It's CE5 Raising the Global Frequency. Let's just make sure. CE5 Raising the Global Frequency. I created this group in 2020. Um, yeah, I've been doing it for a while. And it's so fun and so awesome. I have 290 members already, and I definitely don't post in there enough. So I need to do that more. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for the hearts and the likes and the follows, and the shares. Good thing to know. Yes, yes. I'm the only one in my family. I have goosebumps all over too, and that's what us. Thank you, Rebecca. Our us star seeds did when we volunteered to come here. We're like, hey, we're gonna spread ourselves out all over the world and be like one person in each family, or like maybe two people in a family, and we spread out so we could have like cover the most ground. And also, I strongly feel too when you are surrounded by people who don't understand you and don't understand your spirituality, it's a signaling also. It's a wake up call to be like, you were gifted. You came here for extremely important missions, and you have to help carry everyone around you by raising your own vibration and also helping to raise their vibration up, even if it's unconsciously on their end. And you can do some sneaky little tricks, put up some sacred geometry artwork, put up, have some solfeggio frequencies just playing in the background. Make some really high vibrational foods, bring in loving quotes in your home, in your area. Give out little notes to people and be like, you're amazing. I love you. Have a special day. Simple things like that can raise people's vibrations so much. Um, what I do when I'm driving, which is so fun, and even when I'm walking around, especially in like a big crowded store or event, I will shoot love at people with my third eye or my heart, and I'll just send like little heart beams out to random people. And right away, they'll start smiling. Like, it's so fun to do. I highly encourage you just start shooting people with love. Spread the love around. We already have that ability of transmuting energy. Like, we can raise the vibration up just with our own energy. It's like infectious. So nice to have a community we can feel normal in. Yes. This is the new normal. We're creating the new spiritual high vibe normal. Yes, they want to give us medication and lower our vibration and keep us controlled. That's the name of the game. The negative ones, they're massive stargate here, like in inner Earth, and that's a huge advantage for whomever controls it. And like the dark negative side wants that stargate, and they also want control over humanity, and we cannot allow that to happen. This is the time. This is it. Lizard level. Yeah, that's funny. I know, so grateful. I'm pretty sure I'm neurodivergent. Neurodivergent, even that word is like atypical. You're going against the third dimensional matrix system, and you're actually way more evolved than any of those people operating in that. And to realize that and own it, and honor your soul journey, honor your missions, to activate into those missions, that's the key. Don't worry about what they call you. Imagine if I took your overthinking of negative things and applied it to positive things. If you took over thinking of negative things and applied it to positive things. Absolutely, exactly. Air, water, food, medicine, education, all tainted. We've been poisoned so bad on every level, physically, energetically, etherically, mentally, emotionally. And that's one of our big missions here, is to like undo all of that. And you got to start doing the work on yourself, and then you can spread that high vibe energy all throughout, everywhere, all layers and levels of earth. Yes, we are meant to be we are never meant to be medicated, exactly, with petroleum based medicines. Ugh. Um Thank you for the love. I actually do feel a lot better. Ooh, that makes me so happy. Absolutely. I needed a boost out of their other energy. He's so amazing. I've telepathically connected with my star family. My vibration just needs to be really high. Exactly. They're in extremely high vibrational levels, and we have that ability to raise our own vibration, and it just takes practice, dedication. We can all do it. They are applied to high frequency. You got this. Yes. I've known it since I was little. I just knew deep down it was real. Yes. Thank you, Tony. I knew it when I was 7 years old. I was like, this is bullshit. Like, they are playing us. Just as a little kid, I was like, there's something up with this reality. There's so much more. Great job. Okay. Um, I'll add you. Thank you. What would you say dementia really is? My father suppressed his gifts. Oh, that's sad. Dementia is caused by um, parasites in the brain. There's and also MS, Parkinson's, lots of cancers are typically by parasites and heavy metal overloads, extreme toxicity in the body. There's been many, many, many studies and cases of this. There was a huge one released, I think it was in 2020, of I think it was particularly MS patients. 100%, and I think it was MS and dementia. Sorry, 100% of every patient looked at in this study, there was like hundreds of them. They all had parasites. They all had parasites, and in some cases, the parasites were physically visible. They could see the worms eating at the dead tissue of the dead body, the person that died with dementia or MS or whatever it is. It's sickening. And what's crazy is you go to your vet for your dog or your cat, and they're like, "Oh, you need deworming pills. Oh, you need to make sure your dog or cat definitely has no worms. Oh, make sure that horse has no worms in it." But you go to your medical doctor, "Oh, you're fine. You're tired all the time. You're sick. You're bloated. You got brain fog. Oh, you have dementia. Oh, MS. Here's these petroleum-based pills." When in reality, we need dewormer. We all need worming detoxation. It's crazy. And that was also one of the big things that the Galactic Federation beings told me in 2019. They were like, "You have worms. You have a lot of parasites. Like, you need to cleanse." And they like I could feel them like step back and be like disgusted. It was mortifying. Needless to say, I quit meat for like 11 months and did like multiple parasite cleanse and heavy metal detoxes, and I'm at the point where I'm like, "Okay, I need to do another one. I need to do some more cleansing," and I'm gonna share my experiences on that as well. Super, super important for us. Um, just join the Facebook page. Thank you. That's awesome. Starseed Strong in this one. Yes. I'll see you in Summit 2024. That's awesome. We're the lighthouse. Yes. Bro, where is the gathering? I want to go. The gathering's here right now, all the time, any day, all night. Let's do it. Let's make contact. You can join ET Let's Talk Now, and they have ongoing CE5s. You can do your own CE5s at home with Dr. Stephen Greer's CE5 app. You can do them on YouTube. You can watch the replay of this video. I did a CE5 earlier. I'm going to do a whole bunch of CE5s all the time, ongoing. Let's make this happen. Start your own. Start your own group. Just don't wait. Just do it. I think Earth is round, but more massive than they say. Absolutely. And the earth is not one thing. The earth is a multidimensional being, conscious being, beautiful, amazing, incredible being that we should all connect with too and just say, like, thank you, Mother Gaia. I'm sending you so much love and appreciation. She's going through a lot too. She's going through a lot of like poisoning and toxicity on all the layers and levels as well. And we just need to send her so much love and appreciation as well. She's our mama, our big mama. The tiny part we're on seems flat again. Flat Earth is second dimension Earth, which exists. It's shown by our shadow. You can literally see your 2D self with your shadow. And flat Earth is the map, literal flat map. But in 3D, she's a honeycomb with way more lands. And there's also like other antiparticle universes, alternative universes, like there's so much more. We know less than like 7% of our perceived reality. There's still like 90% more. Um, oh my word, no way. I do that too. I share rainbows and lights with strangers. That's awesome. I love that. I put Bashar quotes on post-it notes on my fridge. That's sweet. Bro, where is it this year? I don't know. I'll see you at the drum circle. Yes, I love drum circles and chanting circles. Maybe in Colorado now. I'm not sure what event they're talking about. I went near a guy screaming on his phone at the store and shot love and light all over him. That's awesome. It's hard. Okay, I will keep our look. What is the Facebook group name? It is CE5 Raising the Global Frequency right now, but I'm going to change it to CE5 Raise the Vibe with 5D Life. And then you could also find it on my 5D Life Now Facebook page as well. I think they're linked on there and through my link tree. I'm late as always, all good. If you watch the movie Doctor Sleep, it's extremely informative. There's so many documentaries on, and like they're not even hiding this information anymore. It's like all on Netflix. Makes sense. Toxoplasmosis or toxoplasma parasite responsible for dementia, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia. Man, parasites, both physically and etherically, are plaguing humanity so bad. Gotta cleanse your physical body, all of your layers of your energy bodies. We are at war and we need to do our part to free ourselves. Papaya seeds are great for that. I think you mix papaya seeds with honey and it paralyzes the parasites and then they all just come out. Ugh, man, I was just thinking about liver flukes. Those are the most disgusting things. They just like go all over your liver and they're so disgusting. Like all parasites are gross, but those liver flukes. Ugh. Blessed be, best cleanse. I'm gonna put some videos on the cleanses that I've done. I know there's like Paragon that I've used on Amazon. Oh my God, sorry. um, There's another one I'm gonna order and try, I think, in May sometime. You can also do, like, saltwater cleanses, you can do, um there's wormwood and absinthe, I've tried that one too. It's not fun. Um, yeah, and then there's a few other ones, a lot of, like, essential oil ones. If you have a lot of health issues, I would recommend going to see, like, a specialist that specializes in these cleanses because you have to make sure your liver is working properly enough and your kidneys are working properly enough to remove a lot of these toxins because sometimes it can end up causing other issues too. So just be careful, do your research, make sure you talk to people who are professionals in this. What is cleansing? Cleansing, um, physically, you can do them with essential oils and with the right types of foods. Um, There's also for energetic cleansing, you can burn sage, wheatgrass, um, Palo Santo wood, and yeah. Then you can also do like solfeggio frequencies, um, drum circles, chanting, raising your vibration so high that nothing can come around you. There's also technology like the Healy. It emits frequencies like on an ongoing basis. Um, yeah, lots of different ways to cleanse. Um, I should just make more videos about cleansing because that's it's a massive, long topic. Rick and Morty portals, yeah. I'm going to join and be right back. Awesome, thank you. You have such a gentle aura and beautiful energy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 294 members on my Facebook group now. Yay. 95 members. Sweet. Okay, awesome. Oh, yes, nice, cool. Use Celtic salt, that's another really good one. Pink Himalayan salt is awesome too, especially, like, getting all the minerals that we need. I'm all good health, that's awesome. Are they spraying us with parasites? Yes, they are injecting them, they are putting them in our food, they're doing everything they can, like, the negative ones are trying, like, tooth and nail as hard as they can, no matter what it is, they're they're trying it. It's pretty wild. And yeah, there's like the Magellans or more Gellans. If you, like, get some, like, cranberry juice and swish it in your mouth for, like, 10 minutes and then spit it out and then put, like, some fizzy pop into it, you can see the Morgellons, like, move around. It's so disgusting. It's the nastiest thing. Um, yeah, but yeah, there's, like, nanite technology, like, so much. That's why, like, doing ongoing cleanses is key. I do saltwater cleanses maybe a couple times a year too, where you chug warm salt water, and it just shoots everything out of you. TMI, but hey, we're human, we secrete a lot of weird stuff. I know they are in the food, yes. Palo Santo is my fave. My own light, yes. What do you know about the chakras? It's been a long journey for me. I feel better here. That's awesome. Um, so there's 7 main chakras in the body, but then we also have like way more. I think there's like 108 or like 144 or I don't know. There's so many chakras. Uh, there's yeah, 7 main ones and then we are like activating our 12 ones, but there's also my mini chakras like ear chakras, hand chakras. If you look at like any of the hand mudras, they have these different meanings for creation, power, absolute. Yeah, they've been used in like yoga and Hinduism, Buddhism. It's completing electrical circuits with the different micro chakras. Um, Chakra work is extremely important. Um, I feel like I've just been working with my chakras for like 15 years. So it seems like it's a no brainer, a second nature. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's so much you can say about them. More gallons, more gellins. I don't even know how to say it. More Morgellons disease. I don't know if that's right. Chronic skin roots, that's not it. It's hard to find information on them because it's so heavily suppressed. Borax, yes, salt baths, doing salt floats, super key to. Um, does the immune system kill parasites? It can, but because there's such an heavy overload and a toxicity, like all the heavy metals and the plastics and all that stuff, we are in like overload state. Majority of humans are, especially if you have like a large gut that's distended. That's like a no brainer. You have like people with large guts, especially if they swell, especially if there's bloating. There's infections in there. There's toxicities. There's parasites. There's not enough movement of all of the glands, yeah, proper secretions, like, if that's you, don't feel bad, do something about it. Use that to fuel your fire. Um, can you make a video about Jellen's things sometimes so I can do it too? I would probably have to put that one on Rumble. I wouldn't be able to put it on TikTok or Facebook for sure. Maybe X, I could get away with it. Um, they suppress that so much, but now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "I should do one." I'll get some I actually have cranberry juice in the fridge, and I should try it. Yes, so many more than 7. Yeah, 7 chakras. The star chakra and earth chakra are above and below us. Yes. Do you said, like, testing a drink for parasites? I don't know if you can test drinks necessarily. Don't use paper straws. Do not use paper straws. They are super toxic. Listening to parasite frequencies will detoxify them. It really helps. Yes. 1111, 1111, 4 ones. That's a surefire way of getting them removed from your system. Sound healing. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm very slim. Cool. Nobody believes me, but something happened to me, and I remember how they MK altered me. It's really common. It's super common to be put under mind control. It's happening all the time. Um, every human's been abducted at least once. We are seen by a few different groups as cattle. Um, we have a lot of experiments conducted on us. They've been doing this for 80 years. Like I've been abducted multiple times. I've been using the gray human hybrid program. Like it's super common. Like all the methods and techniques are in my head from memories. I know and I know how. That's awesome. How I know it works with no 3D explanation as to how I know this because you're connected into the field, which is the cosmic web, which is there's different levels to it, obviously, different dimensional levels. The human collective consciousness is in 4D. I was shown this in 2019. There's all these egregore systems that make it up. And every thought you think is electromagnetic. It can be measured. They've been studied heavily. Um, so every thought you think creates this little cloud thought bubble. If two or more people are thinking the same thought, it creates an egregore. If many mass amounts of people are thinking the same thought and feeling the same emotion, it's creating a massive egregore. And there's all these different layers and levels of egregore systems, and even in like specialization fields and different types of industries, they all have like their cool egregore systems. And I was shown in 2019 how to, like, get into these egregore system and systematically raise the vibration of them. I try and do this at least once a day. I'll, like, connect in and be like, "Boop." So and I've done these meditations too with my CE5 group, and, I think I might have one of the meditations on YouTube already. I'll also be integrating these meditations into my weekly CE5 events too, so if that interests you, let's do it. Let's connect. Let's make it happen. So we are always connected to the field through the cosmic web. You can upload and download information all the time. The downloads are through your right ear, uploads are through your left ear. And yeah, if you find information or just know something without actually having learned that information, it's because you just downloaded it from the field, whether that's the human collective consciousness or maybe even in higher realms like the fifth dimension cosmic collective consciousness. That's where I channel a lot of my information, get a lot of my downloads from. That's how I validate the information as well that I come across. Thank you, Raina or Rory. Or um, yeah, we all have this ability to. It's so cool and awesome. Hi, Super Drug. Um, I should be going soon, unfortunately. Gotta go do my human things soon, but um, we all we're all energy that we have learned to play with energy and with this experience on Mother Earth. Yes. Hi, hi. Wow, nice. Oh, I just dealt with an egregore this morning after not meeting one for a month. Oh, interesting. Excuse me. The downloads started happening so often for me this past year. Yeah, they're gonna just happen more and more until we're like fully integrated. And I had a dream about this last week, and I've been meaning to make a video of the recent dreams I've been having. But we're just gonna get more and more telepathic, more and more connected in. We're going through this massive evolutionary jump and mutation right now. Just got on. It's Rory. Hello. Do you talk about egregores in your book? In my first book, 5D Consciousness Activations, I explain the egregore systems and the etheric web. Where is it? A little bit of quantum jumping. Yeah. So here's the etheric cosmic web that exists throughout the whole universe, through our earth, and through each of us. It connects all of us together. It is physically represented by the fascial webbing and also muscular webbing throughout our bodies. It is the key to exploring the universe. We can travel through it in astral plane and with our psychic abilities. You can channel information from beings and from the collective consciousnesses You will learn about this much more in my next book, How to Make Contact with Benevolent Aliens. What else is in here? I don't even remember all the stuff. Okay, must be in this book. Do I have egregores listed in here? Must just be on the cosmic web part. Yeah, here. So, um, each thought we think creates a small electrically charged thought bubble. When two or more people are thinking the same thought, they create a mini egregore. When massive amounts of people are thinking the same thought, it becomes a massive egregore. All egregores together make up the human collective consciousness that is built into the cosmic web. Um, you can hack into this collective consciousness or like through conscious thought or like by location, like Dr. Stephen Greer's C5 method, and also through like lucid dreaming, astral projection, um, deep meditation, Merkaba. There's multiple ways of accessing these systems, and then we can influence them. And really, it's just conscious thought, conscious awareness. Once you're aware of something, it brings matter, it materializes essentially. So practice it, practice entering into the collective consciousness and literally raise the vibration of it. It's magic. It's so cool. Yes. Looking forward to the next moment together. Thanks for sharing. Been in contact for 36 years. That's so cool. That is what space is. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for being a contactee. It's been a lot. It's been a long journey, but I'm here. We made it. Anyways, I do have to get going. I love you guys so much. If you want to find my books, Learn How to Make Contact with Benevolent Aliens and 5D Consciousness Activations, they're on Amazon and Ingram Spark, which I think it's like Barnes and Noble, chapters, a whole bunch of different ones. You can also find them through my link tree. Find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, X, Facebook. I have my Facebook group too. And then I'm going to be doing lots of weekly lives, typically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesdays, I'm going to, yeah, actually, probably each live, I'm going to start them off with CE5s. Why not? Why not? You can also catch the recording of this, I think, on YouTube for sure, probably Instagram. Hopefully, if this restream works, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Sending you guys so much love and appreciation. And you got this. You got it. I will see you guys on the next video. And yeah, I love you. Bye.